everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 10th of November. Now if you are new, please subscribe, hit the bell notification and you'll know when my videos pop up. Hit the like buttons guys, and please feel welcome to comment down below. We've built a little community here on my channel of like-minded people and we share some of our experiences, so feel free to comment. And I will get started and we'll see what comes up. Oh, and just before I get started, I just wanted to mention the egg throwing at, yes, King Charles yesterday. Did anyone think it was a little odd that none of the eggs actually hit him? Personally, if we were throwing those eggs, I think we would have been pretty pinpoint accurate, but it was like the eggs just all landed just near him, just to highlight how terrible protesting is again. Oh, and they even talked about a protest, I think it was here in Australia, another climate protest as well. And they had apparently thrown paint all over these beautiful paintings and that. But of course there was no visuals this time of protesters and there was no visuals of what had actually happened. It was all just hearsay on the news, and they showed a protest from down in Melbourne from like 6 months ago or whatever. So, you know, they're just lying, more lies. I did question the egg event, I'm afraid. It did look a little staged, perhaps, because Prince Charles didn't even bat an eyelid, did he? So it was almost like he knew the eggs were coming. I don't know. Maybe I'm just becoming so skeptical, guys, but I do think if you were really trying to throw eggs at someone, you would pretty much hit them with at least one. But no, they all landed on the ground right next to him. So we do have to wonder about some of these things. So I just had to air that little, my little thoughts on that today. Let me know what your thoughts are on it as well, guys, especially if you're living over there. Let's close my eyes and we'll just get started and we'll see what comes up. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest because it did look a little bit staged, perhaps. That's just my opinion, of course. Oh, God, they're showing these government leaders now. We know they're leapfrogging over each other. I was saying yesterday they're really competitive. They're trying to like get over the top of each other all the time. But now they're showing me that they've all hidden. It's like they've all, and it could even be that the elections in America and that a lot of focus is on that. But a lot of these leaders they're like foxes. They're showing me them like foxes peering out of the grass, waiting to see what's going to happen, which is interesting because that would actually make sense, doesn't it? I think I'm going to sneeze, guys. It's spring here. Sorry. Oh. I've been sneezing so much here with spring. It's really weird. I normally sometimes get itchy eyes, but oh my gosh, I've just sneezed and sneezed and sneezed. What was I getting back to? Oh, yes, they've all hidden. Sorry, guys. God, if it's not my dogs, it's spring interrupting everything. They're hiding like foxes. They're being very sneaky now. They're hidden from view a little bit because I think they're waiting to see what's going to happen in America and what the people. See, we don't know how much of this is real too. When things go to the vote, we do have a few questions around a lot of these things. We know Dan Andrews is also going to the vote in November. That must be pretty soon down here in Victoria, Melbourne, the most locked down city in the world. Well, he's going to the vote as well. So I do feel I'm getting this visual of them all hiding in the long grass like foxes, just peering out to see what's going to happen. Because I think a lot of eyes at the moment, as we know, over there in America are on you to see what's going to happen. God, it's still all up in the air, isn't it? I don't know. They could feed us anything. And the sad thing is mainstream media lies. So what's the truth and what isn't the truth? These questions and more, isn't it, for us BS detectors on this channel. I'll see what else we get today. Hang on a minute. God, I'm getting the word gross misconducts. Oh, there's been some real gross misconducts around this narrative. Sorry, guys. We know there has. Look, this is taking a toll on the little people. Gross misconduct. I would say personally this would be around the corruption. This would be around the imbalance of, well, not just power, this is around the imbalance of finance, how the elite are just making so much money out of this and all the little people are getting wiped out. That's what I'm thinking. There's a lot of gross misconduct, which we could probably all agree on here. And it's gross as in large, like really large, like crazy large. Let me see what else we get. Just, like extreme. They're showing like the little people as a little microcosm. And they're showing these big people as like, whoa, an atomic bomb that's... And all the money they're making, it's like just pouring out. Like a bomb's gone off and all the money's just pouring out. That's how much these big corporate, as we know, big pharma would be up there. And the elites are making out of all of this garbage that they've been putting people through. Let's see where else we go today. God, I'm getting England. England, I'm getting they're forming like, they're like uniting. This is in government, in parliament. They're trying to unite for the one cause. I feel like, so you got to remember they're only showing, when you see snippets of sushi or whatever on TV, they're only showing you little snippets of what they want to show you and feed you. So there's a lot more going in the background, I would say, that we're not seeing. They're wanting to unite and come across, see, this is the government in England and London, UK. They want to come across as a united front, that they're all on the same page. They're all moving ahead together. They don't want any, we know it happens, but I'm getting that infighting. They don't want people to see the, like, infighting. They want to see, this is the false illusion. They want people to feel like they've got everything under control and they're helping to move everybody forward, and they're going to relieve the pressure off the little people, which we know they never are, but they're going to pretend that they're all working together to, like, unite everyone. Shame they can't help unite all the family and friends that everybody's lost in the past 3 years, because that doesn't seem to be improving very much for a lot of us, does it? But this is what's currently going on in the government and parliament over there in England. They're trying to present a united front because it just looks better to the public. That's why they're doing it. I don't think they really are a united front. I just think they're trying to pretend they're a united front because they all have very strong and different opinions. But it's sushi's way, or the highway, basically. But we've all known that here, haven't we? Let's see where else we go. Oh, did you hear that? I heard that Liz Truss, apparently she, even though she was only in for what, 5 or 6 weeks, she gets a payout now for the rest of her life. Apparently, yeah. Go figure. She was in for 5 minutes. They must have paid her out just to be the patsy. Oh, this is ridiculous. It really, oh my God, honestly. Anyway, so she's set. She's on her way. She's done. She's played her part in the clown show and she's left and moved on. I'm sure Boris is earning a pretty penny from it all too. Oh, God. How's the money they're all making? It's crazy. All right, let's see where else we go. God, I'm getting Australia again. And I'm getting elbow. And it's saying that elbow's bending over backwards to maintain the stability of Australia. So he's working really hard now to make sure Australia stays on the carpet, the red carpet roll out of the reset. He's making sure all Australians stay contained in that little, what would you call it? The rollout runner, maybe the runner like the hallway runner, that everybody stays on the carpet. You're not allowed to step off the carpet. So Elbow's apparently doing a great job at keeping people focused in Australia he's doing quite well sticking to the narrative apparently. But mind you, he only comes on here and on the news and talks about the subjects that he wants. He's very, very particular like that. He only talks about the subjects he wants to talk about. He doesn't talk about the nitty gritty, like people losing their houses and people being downtrodden and, you know, the hackers. Haven't heard him talk about the hackers. Medibank, they're still threatening all that, and now it's too late, and they're telling people that if this was with the Medibank scam in Australia, if you do hear from the hackers, you're not to pay them because they will continue to keep extracting money from you. So basically government's just dropped the people in it and said, oh, deal with this on your own. That's what they've virtually said. So thousands upon thousands of people are probably about to get hacked. And because the government was not going to succumb and pay the ransom. How in this day and age can they not track down hackers? That's what I'd like to know. They can track and trace all of us, but they can't manage to track the cybercrime. I'm wondering if there's going to lead to some sort of facial recognition to protect your information and your personal data. It's a high probability, isn't there? God, honestly, I wish people would start to see this stuff. It's absolutely infuriating, isn't it, that government just keeps getting away with it. So Australia's doing very well. Oh, they're doing very well. I'd say Elbo's got his star on the star chart by K. Schwab for, you know, sticking to his guns and achieving all his goals that he's been setting. So Elbo's right up there at the moment. Oh, God. Okay. God, I'm getting the price of living. This is globally. I'm getting that the price of living is just soaring now. It's getting beyond ridiculous. It is. It's showing me people like cooking, oh God, more pasta and rice. These are going to be the empty shells. Potatoes. There's all that food that's like starchy filling food that they're going to have to fill their families up with, and they're just going to pad it with a few sauces. It's like this is what the guides are saying. It's like the food's going to be like empty, so there's not going to be like the yummy vegetables and all that hearty meat maybe in it. It's going to be more like a watery pasta or just a basic rice. This is extreme, and that's like long term, but this is how dire it's going to get. This is what the guys are saying. Things are going to get that bad. It's almost like they're showing us the prison diet of, milk and bread? What do they give them, water and bread? Oh, I'm sure they don't eat like that anymore, but, you know, that was the old saying, wasn't it? Well, in prison you only get bread and butter and water or something like that. So that's what they're kind of showing, just as a joke, that's where we're all headed, because the cost of living is going up, up, up and up. And it's going to continue right up into 2024. It's not going to slow down because they're putting everything up. When you're putting petrol costs up and all these things, that gets tacked onto everything. They had a chip factory here in Australia actually yesterday, and he makes cheesels and Doritos and corn chips and all that, and they were going to put their chip packets up by 40 cents because of the cost of fuel and all the extra costs that they had, the electricity and everything. So you can understand that if that happens with every industry, that's why they're going to wipe a lot of that middle sort of sector out, because of the costs. The costs are going to kill people, and then they've still got to pay wages. So, you know, this is happening globally. Everything's just still soaring. It's still climbing up. There's not any relief ahead. But see, the sleepers don't know that. See, we know that. We know this is just going to keep continuing for as long as they can until people stand up and say enough's enough. But anyway, so expect a lot of price rises and things to still be happening in 2024, but we're not far away from that now, are we? We're nearly on the turn of the year. Okay, let's see where else we go for something to close with today. Oh God, they're saying the Medibank, they're talking about the one here in Australia. Sure, it's happened where you guys are. And hey, thanks for the feedback, guys. I really appreciate also the feedback about the strikes and any protests, because we're not going to see it on mainstream media, especially if we're worlds away from each other. So I really appreciate anyone who lets me know what's happening, and it sounds like the strikes are really going ahead in a lot of areas, which is really great. It's what we want to hear, because it's none of us that are fighting back. It's the people, the sleepwalkers. They're fighting back because they're waking up. See, their gut's telling them something's amiss. That's just what I'm getting. It's good. So thank you for that feedback, everybody. Oh, God, now I forgot where I was going with that. I just had to mention it because I'm just so grateful when you guys give me really good, positive feedback. Oh, that's what I was talking about. The guys are saying the Medibank hackers is like all this big, giant setup. And we know it is. God, how can that happen? Like, seriously. That's the third, like, hacking incident we've had, like, here in Australia. It's ridiculous. That's like the third one we've had. So that's the third kind of incident that we've had. Major incident too. Major incident. So I feel that's a little bit suspicious. A little bit suspicious, maybe. You do have to wonder. It's like they've just gone, oh, all your information's just out there. There's nothing we can do. Like, how can they just stand there and do that? It's just ridiculous. How's the governments, honestly? Hopeless. Let me see if there's something else to close with today. God, people are getting back to this feeling of time poor again. Not you, if you're watching my channel, we've found ways out of that Speedy Gonzales life. We've found ways to move ourselves away and relax, calm ourselves down, stay centered, live in the now. We've had to learn these things and really make sure that's how we're living our life. But I'm getting for a lot of the sleepwalkers, they're just feeling overwhelmed now again. Their life's speeding up. They feel like they're living in that haste. That's what I'm getting for these people that are waking up. They're just feeling back on that real, oh God, I suppose you could say treadmill. But they're on that treadmill mouse wheel. It's the life's just going around and around. And see, it is, because it's the same old narrative. They're just changing the story. And they're realising that now. Gosh, like I said, CV, the gift that keeps on giving, it's still here. It's here to stay. It's going on and on and on. They're tired of it. They are. Who wouldn't be? And the thing is, everybody's had it, like I said yesterday. So why are they still pushing it? It's like, well, now let natural immunity. A lot of people are thinking, well, I've already had it, so why would I worry? They've boosted the jab beyond help. They've also had it. Their families have had it. So why would they keep... I don't know why. Mass psychosis, obviously, but, you know, they're feeling like they're getting exhausted from all of this, basically, because it's like we always say, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And 3 years later. All right, I'll see if there's something else to close with today. God, this is a really weird song. They're giving me the song by the B-52s, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Remember that song? Old as the hills. I think what it's saying is just we've escaped into our little Terrabellas. Like we've taken off, we're having fun. If you think of that song, it's got a really joyous sort of feel to it. Living on the... It's just got a nice energy, hasn't it? Something about get away to the Love Shack. Well, that's what I'm getting. It's this, we've got to keep getting away. We've got to maybe play that song and have a little groove today and get away into our good energy. But we've got to keep getting away. And that's why I think a lot of us, I know a lot of us here talk about our home being our haven and our safe place, because it's where we find peace and we're not arguing with people and we're not judged for being BS detectors. And that's what I'm getting today. I'm getting the Love Shack, which is where we probably find... And don't they always talk about fighting these, you know, terrible dictating tyrants with love. And that's what I'm getting today. I'm getting the song by the B-52s, The Love Shack. Oh my God, that's such a flashback, isn't it, guys? For anyone new here, if you're young, maybe go type it in and you'll have a bit of a laugh at that old film clip. It's funny, yes. All right, I'm going to leave you with that today. I'll come on and make a video this afternoon probably, and I will say goodbye from Australia. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye, everybody. Bye.